Hello everyone, and welcome to the OrCAD Apps webinar, Improving Productivity at the Schematic Level. Before we begin, I'd like to go over a few features of GoToWebinar. Everyone is currently muted and will remain so for the duration of our presentation. I'd like to invite you to ask any questions that you have during the presentation through the questions pane on your dashboard. You can type a question at any time, and we have someone standing by that will be able to answer those for you. If you don't get an answer immediately, we'll definitely get back to you after the webinar. I'd also like to let you know that we will be recording this webinar, and it will be available on our website by Friday, October 5th. So we invite you to check back there if you'd like to take a look at it again. So at this time, I'd like to introduce Chris Grozowski, an application engineer, to present our webinar.
Hello, everyone. As Kelly mentioned, my name is Chris Grozowski. I am an apps engineer for EMA Design Automation here in the Rochester, New York office. I have worked with the OrCAD product line for a number of years in various roles here at EMA, and I am excited to introduce and show some of the new features available within the OrCAD Capture and PCB Editor products. It's nice to see we have such strong interest from within the user community and some of the new content and capabilities that have recently been made available to the Cadence OrCAD product line. Since Cadence opened the capture code to content development, EMA Design Automation, along with a few of our partners in the Cadence channel network, have seized the opportunity to develop new capabilities for the schematic capture and PCB technologies. With the last couple of OrCAD releases, Cadence has increasingly shown interest in allowing specific customizations to be made on OrCAD's core database, and they have been moving towards this open database culture, all while the competition has moved in the exact opposite direction. Most importantly here, Cadence not only encourages this development from resellers like EMA, but also from the general OrCAD user community and customer base. This is one of the primary reasons why we have scheduled these webinars, as we hope that as you see some of these new features and capabilities being introduced to the design environment, that in the future you might also be able to submit new ideas and contribute to additional content being added to future releases of the tools. It looks like we have everyone online, so let's get started here. I hope everyone can clearly see the slides. If there are any issues, let us know through the online chat that is available through the GoToMeeting interface, and we can try to adjust. The webinar should run for about an hour, and we will be doing a little bit of jumping back and forth between the PowerPoint slides, the web, as well as the OrCAD Capture environment. So to begin, I would just like to quickly cover the goals for today's webinar. Through the use of webinars like this, we hope to increase awareness of the OrCAD marketplace and to highlight some of the new features that have been made available and intended to improve productivity in the schematic capture environment. Also, as I stated before, we also ultimately hope to encourage additional content development from the user base so that new ideas and more functionality can continue to be developed and made available. I'll start with a quick demo of a few of the plugins that can be found in the new OrCAD marketplace, as well as some that are included out of the box with the OrCAD 16.5 release. I will then demonstrate the benefits brought to OrCAD with the introduction of support for tickle scripting, and we will quickly cover the journaling capabilities that have been made available within OrCAD Capture. I will end with a brief overview of Cadence's new OrCAD marketplace so you can see the overall layout of the new site and locate some of the new features that have been made available. Upon completion of the webinar, additional resources and information on these new capabilities and features will also be made available. I have included an information slide on EMA here just to provide some background on our organization. EMA Design Automation is a full-service EDA solutions provider offering software tools, design services, product training, and technical support for the entire PCB design process. Founded in 1989 and a Cadence distributor since 1998, EMA is staffed with experienced engineers and offers EDA solutions tailored to the needs of each individual customer. EMA Design Automation is a leader in product development solutions. We offer a complete range of electrical and mechanical CAD tools, data management, PLM systems, services, training, and technical support. EMA is a Cadence channel partner serving all of North America and is a reseller of the Autodesk design solutions with a focus in the manufacturing industry. By bringing together the tools from these two market leaders, we provide a single source for all of our customers' design software needs. We are an authorized training center for both companies' products, and we offer in-house, on-site, and remote training options. With the largest scale of any reseller in the PCB industry and over 20 years' experience, EMA is uniquely capable of serving your needs. Our strategy is to partner with our customers and provide you with the tools needed to be successful. We frequently tackle large implementations and custom software development projects for our partners. We also produce the Component Information Portal, Timing Designer, Circuit Space, and EDA Builder products. Let's start getting into some of the content by taking a look at a couple of the apps that Cadence has provided with the 16.5 OrCAD release. Apps, short for applications, are additional software add-ons designed to perform specific tasks. In today's market, there are a vast array of design flows out there, making it impossible for any out-of-the-box CAD tool to best serve everyone. Your requirements are likely different from those of a designer at another company or even the needs of your fellow coworkers. Until now, adding specific features and functionality to the capture database required product enhancement requests be submitted, and eventually we might see these capabilities added via a new release or product update. With the introduction of support for Tickle, we can now add custom functionality to the capture database much faster than traditional methods. These apps, in general, are beneficial because they provide additional functionality. You only pay for the features you need. They are accessible instantly. They tend to foster a community of development, and best of all, you can try them for free. We'll just go into Capture CIS here. So one of the options for launching Tickle applications from the Capture interface is via the Tickle TK Applications dashboard that is available within OrCAD Capture. Accessing your downloaded apps inside Capture typically requires you to have an open project with the design file or one of the pages contained within the design selected. The Cadence supplied apps can be located inside the Accessories menu, which is also context sensitive, meaning selecting the project browser or the schematic diagram may reveal several different apps that have been installed. So once you have located and selected the desired app, you will be able to access additional resources, including the help files packaged with the app. To launch the dashboard, you see that I have the design selected, and we go into the Accessories menu and then select Utilities from the Cadence Tickle TK Utilities folder. This brings up the Tickle TK Applications dashboard. From the interface, we have the ability to launch the individual apps, view the code associated with each specific app, access help files for that app, review what's new information, and then close the dashboard when we are done. Selecting the Show Code button displays the associated script file for the specific app that we have selected in the read-only code viewer. Let's now take a closer look at how the individual apps improve productivity within the schematic capture environment. So I thought I would begin with a few of the apps that Cadence R&D has included with Capture version 16.5. These apps are preloaded with Capture and for the most part are ready to use upon installation. The first app I would like to touch on is the Extended Preferences application. The Extended Preferences dialog provides a GUI for modifying several additional application settings available in OrCAD Capture. This specific app is intended to give users more power to adjust how various capture features display info. From the dialog, you can see these include settings for design and libraries, the command shell, the footprint viewer, the schematic, design automation, the design cache, as well as CIS. To change a setting, select the appropriate groups from the Groups list box and modify the setting in the settings frame. To provide an idea of how this app is useful, we recently had a customer that wanted to use an older netlist naming convention supported in OrCAD release 16.2 and earlier. Using the Extended Preferences dialog, this customer was able to adjust how the netlist was saved, and going forward, Capture 16.5 generated netlists using the older naming convention supported in earlier releases. And please be aware that a handful of changes that can be made within the Extended Preferences dialog will require that OrCAD Capture be restarted before they can be seen. The next app that I would like to highlight is the Show All Open Libraries and Designs application. This app generates a list of all open libraries and designs currently active within OrCAD Capture and displays them in the session log. As you can see, if we could select and launch the app, a full listing of all the libraries and designs that we have open is displayed in the Capture session log. This can be very useful in those situations where we have a large or multiple designs open, as it provides a comprehensive listing of the design files and libraries that are currently in use. Another app included in the dashboard and provided by Cadence R&D is a plugin to perform advanced search and replace operations across the OrCAD Capture design. The Find and Replace Text app allows users to search for and replace text globally in a Capture design. The app supports simple search and replace as well as more complex expression-based search and replace capabilities. For more information on how this app can be used, please refer to the Help section included on the app dialog window. A very useful pre-installed app that is also included in the dashboard is the PDF Export app. PDF Export was developed by Cadence Design Systems in response to numerous customer requests for extended PDF creation capabilities within OrCAD Capture. One common requirement in design groups today is the ability to review schematic design files and communicate design intent using Adobe's PDF file format. PDFs eliminate the need for reviewers to have expensive software licenses or specialized viewers and increase ease of communication during the logical design phase and beyond. The PDF Export app allows us to create a highly robust PDF document from OrCAD Capture. These PDFs provide increased value for design teams needing to review a complete picture of the schematic that includes object details. To generate the PDF export, make sure the design is open in Capture, select the design from the Project Manager view like we have done, and make sure only that the design is selected. Open the PDF export dialog from the Tickle TK application dashboard, as you can see here. Make sure all data is present that is required in the form and press OK. Before I select OK, also note we have the ability to specify different page sizes here in the bottom. As you can see, the intelligent PDF file is generated with the following features present. We have the ability to search for various attributes in the PDF, as well as jump and zoom. We can descend into hierarchical blocks. We can view detailed net and part attributes. And we can quickly navigate to all levels of the flat or hierarchical design. The PDF export app will require some minor configuration before it is ready to use. Depending on your platform and whether or not you are running 32 or 64-bit Windows, there are different steps for configuring. If you have any questions whatsoever on the setup, please feel free to contact EMA. The last pre-installed app that I will cover is the Customized Page on Creation application. Customized Page on Creation allows you to predefine callback procedures that customize page creation and attributes in OrCAD Capture. You can specify different scripted procedures that will be called automatically either before the page is created, after the page is created, or when the page size changes. These scripted procedures can include prompting for a specified page size, placing different title blocks on the page boundary, or replacing the title blocks on the page boundary. With this app, you have the option to leave any callback procedure empty if you do not wish to specifically handle any of these callbacks. To give you an idea of how this works, make sure customizations have been enabled. Let's go back to Capture's project view and highlight the Schematic 1 folder and select New Page. Once we have named the new page, Capture will give us the option to set the specific page size. These options will be persistent across Capture sessions and are saved in the Capture configuration file. Now I'd like to move over to a couple of the applications that EMA Design Automation has developed to improve productivity within the Capture environment. The first app I would like to show is a very useful app used to highlight schematic level components called Status Display. One typical problem that designers face when placing parts in designs is not knowing the status of the parts in their corporate systems. Designing with out-of-spec or obsolete parts can cause endless ECOs and costly production delays because of respins due to issues down the line with these parts. Until now, OrCAD Capture users had limited capabilities to identify these parts in the schematic based on their current status within the corporate library. With the Status Display app developed by EMA, designers using Cadence OrCAD Capture now have the ability to highlight parts in their schematics based on the company part status field or property. With this feature, Capture users will be able to avoid errors and quickly identify the status of parts on their designs by color, giving teams an effective visual indicator to make sure unapproved or obsolete parts are noticed and not spec'd into the final design. To demonstrate, here we have a normal Capture design containing components that have been placed from our corporate library. In this case, EMA's Component Information Portal database. If we dive into the component property view for this project, we can see each part contains a company part status property. The value of this property will typically be driven by corporate systems and should be confirmed and updated regularly. Now, if we highlight the DSN from the project view and go into the accessories menu, we can select the Highlight Part by Status app from the EMA Apps folder, which brings up the app interface. You can see the property name field is currently set to company part status, and we have the 3 states, production, in review, and preliminary, that are respectively set to display in green, yellow, and red. If I select Start and return to my schematic page 1, you can see the component outlines have been updated to reflect their current status in the component library. This app very quickly lets me know what state the parts contained in my design are in, and if we can move to the next phase in the design process. The Status Display app is a plugin for OrCAD Capture that needs to be downloaded and installed, and currently sells for $99 in the online store found in the OrCAD Marketplace. The next app from EMA that I will show is called Circuit Fit. So another typical problem that comes up during an engineering project is available space and how it will be used. At various phases in the design cycle, the calculation of how much space and how much space components takes up is crucial to the project. We can't design a product without taking into account dimensions, where the product will be used, what it will be attached to, and so on. Early estimations are required, and the expectation is that the actual area calculation will become more refined later in the design cycle. So to address this requirement, EMA has developed the app called Circuit Fit. And Circuit Fit enables early calculation of available board space based on the components defined in the schematic. Circuit Fit also gives users an early and accurate way to determine if the current logical design can be implemented in the physical restrictions that we would be dealing with. So from the project view, go into the accessories menu, EMA Apps folder, and select Circuit Fit. The Circuit Fit interface requires that we map to this PCB footprint library, specify the output file path, as well as the board area. We have the ability to specify units for the board area and also how they will show in the report. Users have the ability to save settings, start the app, and then cancel. For this particular project, let's just take a small rectangular 2-inch by 3-inch board that results in 6 square inches total area. If I select Start, the report is created and open for viewing with tabular data in the CSV file format. With the report created, you can see that we have the part name included, quantity used in the design, reference designators used, the component top area in square inches, component bottom area in square inches, total top area in square inches, total bottom area in square inches, number of pins and components, in total number of pins. At the bottom of the report, we have the total board area and the percentage used by components. As you can see from the report, we are well within the constraints of this board area. Another app developed by EMA is the SymbolGen app. SymbolGen supports automated symbol generating using advanced PDF datasheet extraction technology. We recently conducted a webinar on this app, so I won't go into too much detail. I primarily wanted to highlight how Tickle enables us to launch the SymbolGen apps from within the Capture tool. An example of one of the apps that shows how web content can be brought into the OrCAD Capture product is EMA Design Automation CIP and CIS app. The CIP and CIS app is a free plugin for OrCAD Capture CIS that was developed by EMA Design Automation for customers using Capture CIS and EMA Design Automation Component Information Portal. CIP allows users to access the Component Information Portal web interface directly within OrCAD Capture CIS, making it even easier to find the part information you need when you need it. Let me log into CIP here so you can see how useful this capability is. From the CIP interface, we can run queries on our local CIS database, search the supported online distributor databases for parametric component data, manage parts that have been recently added to the CIS database as temporary parts, import a CIS bill of materials or parts list to add additional parametric fields, and then re-export to a comma-separated file or CSV file, as well as administer CIP logins and data, all from within Capture CIS. EMA's CIP and CIS app provides a good example of how the Capture CIS interface has been customized using Tickle to make an external website available within OrCAD Capture CIS. We'll just go back to the PowerPoint here. And the last app that I would like to touch on is EMA CIS Quick Start app. CIS Quick Start allows OrCAD users that have Capture CIS to create a shared searchable component database within OrCAD Capture CIS. This app was developed for those customers who have CIS but have not implemented a centralized part library, and is intended to make the process of creating and deploying a shared CIS database much easier. The database included with the CIS Quick Start app includes 1,000 parts and is delivered in the Microsoft Access database format. The database contains a predefined schema based on hundreds of CIS implementations and includes OrCAD Capture symbol libraries as well. The CIS Quick Start app does require Capture CIS to run and can be found in the online store in the marketplace. Now that we have gone through some of the apps, let's turn our attention to how OrCAD supports the plug-in products or apps that improve productivity. Through apps or scripting customization, designers can apply automation to manual processes in order to complete tasks faster, and difficult operations can be streamlined, ultimately making designers' lives easier. Custom features that currently do not exist natively can be created or downloaded, further enhancing and extending the OrCAD environment. Apps currently come in two basic types: Tickle apps for OrCAD Capture-based products, and skill-based apps for the PCB editor products. Since we are focusing on the apps that improve productivity at the schematic level, we will just touch on the Tickle-based apps during this session. The core Tickle functionality includes procedures and commands for data manipulation, control constructs, mathematical expressions, file I/O routines, system calls, registry handling, GUI designing, and many more. The always growing additional packages of Tickle are making almost everything possible that can be done using any procedural language. At the present time, all of the apps available in the online store have been created by either the Cadence OrCAD R&D team or one of the Cadence channel partners. EMA in North America, FlowCAD in Germany, and NorCAD in Denmark have all contributed to the initial set of apps that have been made available. With the upcoming 16.6 OrCAD release, Cadence will also introduce support for piece-wise apps, so additional content is coming. Usage of an app will be dependent upon the licensing method chosen by each app developer, and apps can be licensed to an individual or an entire company. Apps that have been downloaded or purchased from the online store may also be updated from time to time by the app developer. If a downloaded or purchased app has been updated, the store will provide a notice that an update is available. When using apps, it is always recommended that you have the latest version of software along with the most recent Cadence Interim Service Release, or ISR, installed. With the introduction of support for Tickle scripting, anyone can create an app, and with future releases, third parties will have the chance to make the apps that they have developed available through the online store. Let's now turn our attention to some of the more advanced scripting capabilities supported in Capture and discuss how we can streamline certain everyday processes, thus improving productivity in the schematic capture environment. As we dig deeper into the different features that have been brought to the table, you will see how support for Tickle has given us the ability to generate reports or call out procedures inside the OrCAD Capture command window. It is here in Capture's command window where we will also see support for the scripting or journaling capabilities that are also present in OrCAD Capture 16.5. Journaling, generally speaking, is the process of recording activity. So within the OrCAD realm, this means you can now record your actions while using the software, and you will be able to generate the resulting Tickle app code. This capability gives you a code-free way to play back repetitive tasks on demand, as well as automate any task possible through the graphical user interface. At this point, hopefully you are getting a feel for the various capabilities Tickle brings to the OrCAD Capture environment and the possibilities that this brings to designers' fingertips. To demonstrate support for journaling, I have included a slide that quickly shows how this concept can be used within OrCAD Capture. For example, let's take into consideration the tedious process of wiring components together. If we looked at allocated resources during the logical design phase, we would most likely see that a great deal of time is spent creating electrical connections between components in the design. So let's say we would like to automate the process of drawing a wire. In this example, we click the Place Wire icon and then draw a wire at the following coordinates. With support for journaling, you can see how this action is recorded as a Tickle command in the command window. Executing this Tickle command would have the same effect as placing the wire manually with the Place Wire command. This is obviously a simple example. However, you can see where we could potentially go with this capability. In this slide, I just wanted to quickly cover how to enable journaling within the OrCAD Capture tool so that you can go off and start writing scripts when we are done with today's webinar. Upon initially installing Capture 16.5, the ability to journal is disabled within the Capture configuration or capture.ini file, so it is important that we enable this feature before starting. If you would like to try this capability out, make sure you can see the OrCAD command window. If you cannot see the command window, you can go into the View menu, select Toolbar, and then make sure the command window selection is checked. With the command window launched in Capture, you will need to type the following command on the command prompt. Basically what we are doing is just setting the option to journal to true. This command ensures that the journaling feature is enabled within the OrCAD Capture configuration file. The command set allows users to perform a large set of operations automatically for specific needs and offers a ton of customization capabilities. One last important note regarding support for journaling within Capture is that it also helps in debugging custom scripts, as it provides a definite mechanism for step-by-step recreation that will allow you to identify any issues with your scripts. To conclude our session today, I would just like to quickly provide an overview of the new OrCAD Marketplace. Initially introduced to Capture users back in May 2011 through support for web-based content inside Capture made possible by Tickle, the OrCAD Marketplace is now available to the entire OrCAD and Allegro PCB design community through a standard desktop browser. The expansion of the OrCAD Capture Marketplace allows users to view and download content through any web-enabled device. This is intended to give the entire engineering team easy access to OrCAD Capture Marketplace content and information. The Marketplace offers new ways of interacting with Cadence, EMA Design Automation, and the Channel Partner Network, and is ultimately intended to create a tighter bond within the OrCAD community. The Marketplace contains an industry-first online store with both free and paid plugin tools or apps, and offers a wealth of component and product information that users can access without leaving the OrCAD Capture environment. Currently, there are two methods available for accessing the Marketplace. You can launch the Marketplace site from the Start Page tab inside OrCAD Capture by selecting the Visit Marketplace link, or as mentioned earlier, you can also access the Marketplace over the web using the OrCADCaptureMarketplace.com web URL. Let me bring up the Marketplace here, and we'll just go through a quick tour of the site and cover the resources that can be found inside. So as you can see here, we have the OrCAD Marketplace homepage. The Marketplace has a typical layout with a homepage and a number of tabs that you can select that will allow navigation to additional information. The Component Search tab allows users to connect with component manufacturers and distributors from around the world to research, filter, and select the right components and parametric data. This includes OrCAD active parts, as well as online databases from Future, DigiKey, Mauser, and Aero. There are also links to additional OrCAD graphical symbol libraries from various component manufacturers, including Altera, Cypress Semiconductor, as well as National Semiconductor. Here we have the Model tab that provides access to simulation models. For those of us verifying designs via simulations with PSpice AD or the OrCAD Allegro SI tools, we can use the Model Search tab to locate additional PSpice and IBIS model and library parts that are currently not available within the tools. Models are searchable by model type, manufacturer, as well as device type. The Multimedia tab includes OrCAD-centric product and design information, including videos, application notes, white papers, movies, and general tips for the various product features. The Multimedia Center is intended to streamline the process for locating the resources and materials needed to ramp up on new product features and design technologies. Using the search filters, you can perform refined searches based on the technology you are interested in, the type of media, as well as the language and status. The PCB Services tab provides access to a listing of PCB service bureaus that have been reviewed by Cadence and a link to the various channel partners listed by country, making it easy for people to connect with the regional design service providers that also use the Cadence, OrCAD, and Allegro tools. The EDA 360 information tabs provides insight into new visions on where CAD design is going. And the Contact tab provides information for Cadence offices worldwide, as well as a link to the worldwide network of channel partners. The Contact tab also includes a link to leave feedback on the OrCAD Marketplace. The one tab that I did not touch on is the Online Store tab. So here we have the Online Store that provides an industry-first web market for plug-in tools or apps. Here we have a Store Home tab, a Products tab, a My Apps tab where you can see the apps that you have downloaded, and a My Account tab where you can log into your account. If you are interested in downloading apps, you will require login credentials to access the downloads. New visitors will need to select the Create Account a link to obtain login information. Once you have logged in, you can select the Products tab where you have the ability to review and download the various apps that are currently available within the site. You can see here as I navigate through the list, each app has an icon associated with it as well as a brief description and cost info. Some apps will have fees associated with them. Others can simply be downloaded for free. With the current apps that are available, pricing currently ranges from free to $3,500 and is typically going to be determined by the developer of that specific app. A few of the paid apps also offer a try before you buy option. The trial period for paid apps is intended to give users time to evaluate the full version of an app within their design environment before committing to a purchase. Trial periods for app evaluations will typically range from 7 to 15 days. As we dig further into the individual apps here, you will also notice each page includes a built-in 5-star rating system. Information on the app, images, and videos associated with the app, as well as user reviews. Once you have downloaded an app, you will be able to rate and provide feedback for the specific app to let the developer and other users know how the app performs. Leaving feedback can be done through the Rate Product link on the My Apps page. Whether you have comments on the marketplace or feedback on a specific app, we definitely appreciate all feedback. Cadence will also use the marketplace to announce information on new releases and provide notices when updates have been made available for the individual apps. For those of you accessing the marketplace via the web, it will definitely be a good idea to save the website link to your favorites and check back in on the marketplace on a regular basis. To conclude today's session, let's just jump back over to the PowerPoint quick here. So I would just like to quickly highlight additional resources that are available to the user base. For additional documentation on Tickle, you can access the OrCAD Capture Tickle TK extensions.pdf, as well as a file that contains sample Tickle scripts in the OrCAD installation directory. If you have a need for a particular app, however, due to other circumstances, don't have the time to develop the required code, please feel free to contact EMA Design Automation. We would be more than happy to discuss your requirements in depth and using our internal resources develop the app in-house. If you have developed an app and you would like to make it available for other users inside the marketplace, please contact EMA Design Automation. We can assist with testing and submission to Cadence for placement in the online store. Also, I thought I would note that Cadence has officially announced the new 16.6 release. For more information on the new features and release dates, please visit the EMA Design Automation website. If you have any questions regarding one of the Cadence supplied apps that are available in the dashboard, please feel free to email the OrCAD scripting at cadence.com alias or contact EMA Design Automation. I would also like to highlight a promotion that we will be running through the end of October that discounts the paid for apps by $99. A few of the apps that are available in the online store only cost $99, so with this promotion, they could potentially be obtained for free. Please keep in mind, this promotion is only valid through the end of October. I would like to thank everyone for joining us, and I invite you to attend the second webinar on Thursday, October 4th at 1 p.m., where we will discuss skill development and highlight the apps that are intended to improve productivity at the PCB level. Have a wonderful day, everyone.